Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone had a great week. It is September 19th. It's Saturday. That means there is another pull list. I have 5 hot comics for everybody to check out. And without further ado, how about we jump right into it so that we can all go out and have a good Saturday night? First off, I'm going to start with King number 1 and King number 2. I picked these up on a whim just for the simple fact that I like the cover art on both of them. They just seemed really interesting, and then after reading them, I'm glad I did. King basically tells a story of the titular character as he is basically the last human being alive left on Earth, written by Joshua Hell Ficklove and art by Bernard Chang. This is a fun story, basically telling a king surviving a mystical apocalypse. Basically, like I said, he's the last man on Earth, just trying to survive. He has a 9 to 5. Basically, his boss is a giant crab. Literally a giant crab. Great work on the art, great writing on the story. Issue number 1 basically builds up the character of what's going on with him as he attempts to navigate his way and survive through Earth, in this case, LA, as the last human being alive. Homo superior, not really. Issue number 2 is basically building up the action. King finds out, there's something special going on. That lady on the cover, turns out she's in there. He's not the last human being alive, and there's something more serious going on. And King's basically at the center of it, and it is some fun writing. Fun story, basically. This issue has him fighting to survive, making an escape, and finding other beings or people that will work with him. You might want to check this one out just for the simple fact is if you like stuff like Mad Max but you want a more mystical twist on or anything, definitely pick up this series for the fun factor of that. Next up, Guardians of Knowhere number 4. Another Secret Wars tie-in, another what if story, if you will. What if the Guardians of the Galaxy were actually the guardians of that giant floating celestial head called Knowhere? This one has the Guardians and the Nova Corps from the Secret Wars world taking on a giant Kree warrior that has magically appeared out of nowhere. Lots of blood, lots of violence, lots of the Guardians being Guardians. This is a fun story because it's not like super heavy on anything major tying into Secret Wars. It's just good times for each character as they try to build themselves. And in the end, there is a giant tie-in to the main Secret Wars storyline that you don't really have to worry about if you don't read this one. But I really think you should read this one because if you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy, you're going to want to check this one out and see how their world is shaped in the Secret Wars by Doom. Age of Apocalypse number 4. Age of Apocalypse, if you know me, this is one of my favorite stories from the 90s, one of my favorite comic book stories. I remember reading this in class when I was supposed to because it was so good. Age of Apocalypse number 4 basically picks up where the rest of the story left off. Apocalypse, if you will, has taken over, is leading his own realm, and basically he has detonated a legacy virus. A virus basically, used to target mutants and kill them. Now, Apocalypse is a mutant. The virus targets mutants. Apocalypse is a mutant, and he's trying to kill other mutants while preaching survival of the fittest. Apocalypse is out of his damn mind. This is a good story. This is great work. This one's written by Fabian Nestia, art by Iban Coella. I'm pretty sure I'm screwing those names up. I apologize. Definitely want to pick this one up. If you are a fan of the X-Men, if you're a fan of the Age of Apocalypse storyline, you definitely want to read this just for the simple fact you have some great character interaction between Magneto and his X-Men, Apocalypse and his Rider, and then you have the side story of Wolverine, Havoc, and Cyclops as they go about their business. A lot of great stuff in here, and a awesome actual little splash page of Iceman putting in work. Definitely think you should check this one out. And next up, we have Harley Quinn number 20. Harley Quinn number 20 was a great book this week. This one has Harley Quinn in Hollywood, basically going to be a rescuer for a kidnapped girl. Harley Quinn in Hollywood just basically is Harley balls to the wall, having fun, and being in a world surrounded by people that are a lot like her, crazy, greedy, and just all out fun. A nice little surprise cameo at the end of one of my favorite characters from DC right now. Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti did some great writing in this one. John Timms, whatever, did some amazing art with this one. So definitely pick this one up, especially if you're a Harley Quinn fan. If you love Joker's ex, as she stands out on her own, definitely think you should read this one. She's standing up tall. And my number one pull of the week, Invincible, number 123. I have never been big on Invincible. I never really read it until this recent relaunch, starting with number 120. And I just have to say, bravo, amazing work, great stuff. And Robert Kirkman's writing is amazing. You can tell it from Walking Dead. You can even tell in his effect in the series. The art by Ryan Ottley is beautiful as well in this one. And I'm thinking about I want to do something special with Invincible one day where I just go back and read everything and do a special little catch everybody up and explain what's going on. Invincible, basically, 123 is telling Mark Grayson, aka Invincible, as he is trying to adjust to life on this alien planet that he finds himself on with his wife, Adam Eve, and their daughter. First half of the story is about Adam Eve and her adjustments and her getting, Adam Eve's day. The second half of the story is Invincible going off to find the virtual might. I don't even think I can say that 5 times fast. He's basically going to find an evil henchman, warlord named Thrag. The writing is perfect in this one. I can see why they say this is the best comic in the universe. It's just some amazing stuff. Robert Kirkman is proving why he is who he is and how amazing his work could be. Definitely check this one out if you're big into slice of life superhero comics and galactic comics. Definitely think this one is worth it. So if you like Robert Kirkman's Walking Dead stuff and you want to read more by him, Invincible is something you should check out. With that, those are my hot 5 comics this week. We're still cleaning up everything, trying to make this look as good as possible. And by we, I mean me. It's still a one-man show, but I'm still getting everything down. Bear with me. This is not going to be the final format. This is just something temporarily as I get used to pumping these videos out and getting everybody, in here checking out this content. So stay with me. If you have suggestions, leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear them. If you have any comics that you want me to check out, do the same thing. If you like the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for more as I try to gear up and get more content done for everything on the channel. I have a plan. It's just taking me time because, doing something larger than you've ever done before, it's really rough and really scary, but I plan on doing it, and I plan on doing it to the best of my ability and making sure everybody enjoys it. So with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. You guys have a great weekend. Catch you on the other side and see you with the next pull list. See ya.